Right, buckle up because tonight was an absolute storm in Madrid. Tottenham walked into the Champions League night with hope, walked out battered, bruised, beaten 5-2 by Atletico Madrid. 5 goals, 5 on a night that was supposed to show fight. Instead, it exposed every crack running through this football club. But let's be honest, this isn't just about the players tonight. This is about the Enid Group, the owners who have run Tottenham Hotspur for more than 2 decades, while promising ambition but delivering frustration. The stadium was world class, the balance sheets look lovely, but on nights like this, the football side looks miles off a Europe's elite. 5 goals conceded on the biggest stage, defenders all over the place, midfield overrun, fans start staring at scoreboard, wondering how's it come to this. And anger is boiling over because supporters ain't just asking why Spurs lost tonight. They're asking why this club keeps falling short when it matters most. Tonight's just not another defeat. It's another chapter in the story of Spurs fans are getting tired of reading. 5-2 Champions League humiliation, and once again the spotlight turns on the people running the club. Welcome to THFC till we die, past and present, and some sort of an exciting future under I don't know what. Yeah, 5-2 tonight. An embarrassment, I think, is too easy of a word to describe tonight's game. It really does. Look, let's see. Welcome few people in the chat and let's see what we can make out of it. Big up to Elspeth. She says, good afternoon. I'm on the plane to Alabama. Wish I was on a plane to Alabama. Anything to get me away from this dire club. Big up to you though. Have a safe flight though. I didn't know you can text on the plane, but apparently you can. Safe flight. Big up John 68. Big up Dermo. Big up to you too. Big up to Simon Cohen. Utter crap, Dermo. I think utter crap's too kind of a word, Simon. I really do. It's too kind of a word. Big up the Giant. If Romero and Paulinho have concussion, they will be. Yeah, I think they're out the weekend. I think so. You're going to lose Mickey van der Ven, Romero. So what does that leave you with? Dragerson. Oh, we're going to get pumped. We're going to get pumped by Liverpool. Well done, Tudor. You gigantic balls up by chucking a young keeper and goal who hasn't played for a year. I know, Carl. I know. It's absolute. And it's this, the thing that's got me is destroyed his confidence, and he may never come back from this. And we can all be angry with him. We can all be angry with him with the mistakes he's made. We can all be angry with him for what he did. But can we? You got to look at it from a human level. On the human level, my heart went out to him. And when the lineup came out, I did say, I was on Dave's show earlier, this is a decision that can either go for a manager or go against him. These are the decisions that either gets the board to think, do you know what you're doing, or he gets sacked. And this is sacked. And I'm not angry. I'm not pissed off. I'm not even. I'm numb to it. I'm done. I'm done with Tottenham. I'm done with the club. I'm done with the owners. I'm done with everything. It's just one thing after another. For 18 months, it's been one thing after another. It's just I just do not understand. And these owners, they promised so much when they sacked Levy. I just don't get it. Let's go to Elspeth. It's destroying this kid's his confidence is destroyed already. Elspeth, his confidence is gone. Big up David Clark. Spurs coach has just been sacked. I don't know if that's true. Let's see. I'm waiting. He's saying it's on Sky, dear, but let's see. Yes, it's on Sky News. Right. I'm gonna double check. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm not disbelieving you, David. I'm gonna go and check myself. Okay, Sky News. Bah, 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 bah. Well, I'm on Sky's News website, and there's nothing there, David. If I'm being honest, I'm not saying you're not true. Maybe it is. Is it Sky Sports News or Sky News itself? So let me know. Right. Where's okay, let me try Sky Sports News. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there yet, David. So I don't know. I am checking. No, nothing there. Nothing there, bud. I've checked Sky. No, there's nothing there. Dell has just announced it on. Well, I'm looking at Sky Sports News, and there's nothing there. Seriously, let's see. Give me. All right, give me 2 minutes, bud. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'm waiting for an update. I've just asked. Okay. It's not. I'm looking at Sky Sports News at the moment, David, and it's got Tudor under huge scrutiny as Kingsley experiment ends with sub on snub. Reaction of Surrey's thrash 5-2. Tottenham latest. Nothing there about. There's no breaking news. Let me just refresh it. No. Absolute nothing. I'm looking at Sky Sports News. I'm on their website, so I don't know. I don't know. But there's nothing around. I'm looking through my I haven't seen any. Got not yet. I will go back to. Yeah, it's not there, man. It's nothing's up. I'm on Sky. Look, I'm not. I would share it, but there's nothing there. Even my people I use have said he hasn't been sacked yet. He will be sacked. Yeah. Thanks, Brenny. Thanks, man. Evening, Dermot. There's no breaking. Yeah, there is no breaking news, there, David. I think Stell is just. I think he's just no. There's no breaking news. I'm sorry. Cheers, Brenny. Yeah, he hasn't been sacked. What the latest I do have is we'll know within 24 hours that the plan is they're going to travel back tonight and we'll have a meeting tomorrow. That is the breaking news I have on Tudor. Haven't seen anything and was told it will be in the morning. Yeah, same here, Carl. That's what I've been told, Bud, too. So I'm sorry. I think Stell has not got it right, David. I'm sorry. It's not, as I said, I checked on Sky News. I've checked in Sky News. I've checked in Sky Sports News. So I don't think, no disrespect to Stell, I don't think he's right. And he's not right. Yeah, exactly. I have checked in Sky Sports as well. So, David, so I don't think you're right. I don't think he's right, bud. Look, I'm not going to be surprised if he is going to be sacked. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be surprised if he will be sacked. Big up to Brent. Brenny, do you want to pop on for 10 minutes with me, bud? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you do. If you want to pop on and have a talk. We even balls up a second. Yeah, that is so true. We even do. Yeah, I'll send. I'll see if Brenny wants to pop on for 5 minutes. Where are we going? Where are we going? There you go, Brent. Okay, it's in the group chat, bud. It's in our group chat, a Champions League group chat. Well, it is a Champions League, so yeah, it's in there, buddy. See if Nick wants to come on as well. See if Nick. Big up to 1K, nothing yet. So let's just wait and see. As the next coach, I would truly ask for, but that's what I've heard. Look, 24 hours, 24 hours, and then we will know in the morning. I think he's going to be sacked in the morning, personally. But apparently, people are putting it out there now. He's been sacked now, and it's all over Sky Sports News, which is not true. I can tell you that 110%. That is not true. I don't know where to start with tonight. I really don't know where to start with tonight. I entered the game with so much optimism and so much belief that we could sneak a 1 draw or maybe come out with a sneaky 2-1 win. And then we got the lineups. And I just want look, there will be a player rating show tomorrow. Of course there will. But let's go through this lineup, right? And I can understand playing. So would I actually 1K. That will be very interesting. I will keep my eye across that as well, by the way, guys. Look, guys, if you can do me a favor in the chat. Let me know. Actually, 1K, if you do me a favor, but and Carl as well. Yeah, let me know 1K who's doing the press conference. If you can let me know, I'd be really grateful. Look, let's go through the lineup here, right? We've got Kinski. Look, what was ever in his brain to start with a keeper that hasn't played in over a year? And I can't even get angry. That's the problem. I'm not even angry. I'm not coming here ranting and raving and swearing and doing what I think. It's one thing after another, after another, after another. And Mrs. Tron's been telling me for a good 18 months, Dermot, it's the players. You can change the managers all you want, but it's the players. And I keep saying, no. Some are good players, some are not so good, but it's the managers. The managers are the one that put the tactics together. The manager's the one. And do you know what? 18 months, she's been right. And she just watches the odd game. If the game is on and Tottenham are playing, she can tell within 5 minutes, and she has done, if we're going to win or lose. And she's normally spot on. And she'll come off like I come off this tonight, and she say, "It's them players again." I went, "Yeah." The players have to take responsibility for the performance they are putting in. We are getting relegated if we don't sort this out. So tonight was all about, right? Okay. So yeah, exactly. So anyone that's stating on, I will say this now. Anyone, if you watch any other YouTube channels tonight saying he's been sacked and it's on Sky Sports, it is not true. It is not true. It is not true. Good evening, Brenny. Look, I don't know where. I don't know if you watched the game tonight, bud.
No. I've only just I've got home from work, but I've just been seeing lots going on, and I saw you as someone sent me a message, and I thought you all were 4-0 up inside 20 minutes. That's what I thought. And then I realised it was. Then it was like, no, it weren't. Seriously, someone said 4-0 up. That and I thought 4-0 up. I'm like, oh, your Spurs are 4-0 up. I thought, okay, that's a bit of a. So and then I thought, nah, something's not right here. So I went on BBC Sport as I was still working, and then I saw you was 4-0 down. And I was like,
yeah. Can you go and nick the manager tonight for us? Can you go and arrest him for actually bringing football into disrepute? Can you bang him up for a few days?
Dear.
I mean, look.
I'll have to speak to some people up Islington way.
It's zero credibility
Nah,
sources saying Trudeau has been sacked. It is not true. It is not true. He has not been sacked.
I literally just saw him on Sky Sports News just now. He was just, the post-match conference. I didn't see what was said, but but no, mate, I didn't see it, and I feel your pain. And to be honest, I thought, you know what it is, right? I actually thought, and this is no joke, no banter. I thought you could probably get a result there because Atletico Madrid, you never know. They're so inconsistent. I thought maybe I thought it was going to be like a 2-2 today, to be honest with you, because European football is obviously different than Premier League football, and I seriously thought you could get a result today.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't think he was going to spank them today, but I thought, maybe
Do you know
a 2-2 draw. And
do you know what, Brenny? This is the lineup that came out, and he dropped Vicario for Kingsley, a player that hasn't played for a year, and he
see that I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. And we're all saying it. And I said it on another show. I was on a pre-match build-up show. This is either going to go for him or go against him. And it went against him. We were 3-0. We were 4-0 down within 20 minutes. 3 of them by Kinski. The first one was he just miskicked it completely in. The second one, it was, yes, technically they were all Kinski's fault. But I feel I can't even be angry with him. Because
no, you can't. I would be either if that was Arsenal. Yeah, exactly.
And then the fourth one was Vicario pushed the ball out from a header back from Papa Sarr. He pushed it out. Now, in my view, I'm not a goalkeeper. Colum's the goalkeeper here, so maybe Colin can put in the chat. Could he have?
Oh, Vicario came on.
Yeah, they subbed him after 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
They subbed. So I don't know if Vicario could have pushed that over the bar. Colin, I don't know if you can tell me, bud. You're the goalkeeper.
Kinski's. He's gonna suffer.
You know what? I'm getting pelters by Man United fans. I've already got booking.coms for Derby, and who else? Who else have I got for Derby? And hang on. Derby and Bristol City. So I've got hotels booking for next season.
Oh my god!
I've got
QPR down the road. I've got QPR down
I know,
the road.
Yeah. He was at the game tonight. He was pictured on the plane. Actually, Spurs fans were saying you're coming back to Tottenham, David. Look, I wasn't calling you out saying you're wrong, David. You can only go by what people are telling you. I can 100% tell you that he hasn't been sacked, and it might be in the morning. I did say that they are traveling back. There is a meeting in the morning, so we'll know more then. But look, David, I respect you, but you've been supporting Tottenham for 60 odd years. You've seen a lot, and I assume you're as sick tonight as I am. I said it in a I said it tonight in another show afterwards. I went into another Tottenham channel, and I said the club is dead tonight, Brennan. Tonight is the night Tottenham Hotspur Football Club died. ENIC have done what they set out to do, to kill the football club. And look, you and me have been around long enough, Brennan. I don't know. I think between of us, we've been football fans for what, 90 years? If we would combine our
if you combine it, 100%.
80 odd years, right? And yes, you're an Arsenal fan, I'm a Spurs fan, and there's banter. But I tell you one thing, as an Arsenal fan, I have so much respect for you for coming on tonight and saying what you said. I feel your pain. Man. And I respect that of you. And I think the people in the chat should respect you as well, man. Because it'd be easy for you.
You're my guy.
I know, and I appreciate that, bud. I wouldn't get back on Stell's podcast. It's not. I wouldn't get back on Stell's podcast. It's not like him to do one, but obviously he did. But he said it with this. Yeah. Well, look, it's not true. I'm sorry, Dave. And I wasn't calling you out, David. And I know you're only passing on information you may have got as well. So no problem. But no, I mean, I don't know where to say. I don't know what to say, Brenny. I'm never lost for words. I am now lost for words tonight. I just
I've
do
never
not know.
seen Spurs like this before.
No, I mean we've got the play, we've got the manager. Yeah, Adam Smith, big up to you, bud. Yeah, he will be sacked tomorrow, and I think we'll be breaking that quite early. I'll be up early in the morning. Don't you worry, guys, to get on. I'm lost for words, Brandy. You know me. I'm never lost for words. If I do a watch along with you and Bobby,
That's
right? You're a lucky charm.
Yeah.
I'm never lost for words. It's always go out to South London, lads, and you're not proper North London. Go. I'm lost for words tonight. We have owners who don't care. We have players that don't care. And we have a manager who's just in the press conference called the players weak. What's that going to do to the players in the dressing room? You and me have been around football long enough. How do you think the Tottenham players tonight, Brenny, are going to react to that, to being called weak?
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to react very well when you when you go to Anfield, because there's no way you're not going to get a result at Anfield, especially after hearing that as well.
Yeah. Even Sam.
Who would you have in as an interim?
Apparently, this is replying to Spurs official. Please play against us. It's all coming out now. Big up the Column and Rebel. Love them both to bits. And I come on, bring it on, bring the banter on, bring it on. I know you and Bobby and Nick are going to get involved in it somewhere along the line, but I'm sorry. I'm speechless, Brenny. All I can do is laugh. I don't know if I want to laugh.
Do you know what? I've over the years, right? I've seen you all. I've seen your bottom at times in the bottom three over the years. But you look at it, and it was like it could be like with 9-10 games in. But then you look at it, and you look at the time, you look at the quality, and you had the players, and you had the managers then that got you out of that mess.
Yeah.
But you had players that you had players back in the day. It's not just at Tottenham, but you had players back in the day that bled for their shirts.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just
we wouldn't even beat San Marino. I'm telling you that now. I mean, it tonight was a case of. I just think tonight was a manager that didn't care. That didn't. I just don't get what was in the head starting Kingsley. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get the board for not backing bringing players in January. This board has to go, Brenny. Everything at this football club has to go. It has to be burnt down to the foundations and built again. I'm numb to it. We could well go down. And I think we deserve to go down. I look. You're a fan looking the outside in. Where do you think Tottenham's biggest problems are at the moment, from your point of view?
I think, and I'm going to say this now. I think you've been unfortunate with injuries, but credit to you and other Tottenham fans I know, you've not used that as an excuse. If we were in that situation, we would use that as an excuse, because we Arsenal fans, we have a lot of excuses, and those excuses is all about protecting the current manager at Arsenal. So there's a slight difference, and I just feel it's not even. You see, you got good players, but I just feel also, but they're not. But there's no heart with some of them. There's no heart. There's no fight, and that I don't get what that's about. But Tudor, I don't think was a man to basically. I cannot see him. I cannot even see him surviving. It's not you're bored. Yeah, there are problems, but then even when you have a board that's giving you grief and doesn't care about the club, you then think, you know what? players should be and the manager should be thinking, well, you know something, board don't care, but hey, we care, and we've got fans. We've got the fans out there that come and watch us play. We've got fans that watch us all over the world, and we have to go out there and do a job. I would get you if the Palace game, if you showed a lot of fight at the Palace game and you lost 1-0 and you hit the post 3 times and you know you had about a few shots on target, you made them, what's the name in goal, Palace work. That then you would probably be reviewing it last week thinking, well, you know what? We gave them a game. And that is what I want to see for the rest of the season, but with results.
Right.
But I have an
update.
You're not seeing
Sorry,
that right
Brenny.
now.
Yeah, Brenny, I got a start. I have a breaking news. True the sack watch. That's what we're calling it now. True the sack watch. Right. Pressure is rapidly building on Igor Tudor at Tottenham Hotspur tonight, following another damaging result that this time in the Champions League. Our sources, the people that we use, suggest ENIC ownership group behind Spurs are now reviewing Tudor's position after a humiliating European performance that saw Tottenham fall 4-0 down inside the opening 25 minutes. Tudor was brought in as an interim solution, but the scale of the defeat and the recent results have raised serious concerns internally. Spurs' defensive collapse and lack of control in such high-profile Champions League match has reportedly triggered urgent discussions amongst the ownership group. I don't know what they're discussing. Just get it done. Now, the current expectation. There is believed to be roughly a 60 to 70% chance that Tudor could be dismissed within the next 24 hours, with ENIC assessing the situation tonight and determine whether an immediate change is needed. If Spurs decide to act, the most likely time they would be an overnight decision followed by a club statement tomorrow morning. Nothing official yet, but this situation is developing quickly behind the scenes. Brenny, and look, this is going to be very, very quick. Do you expect, I expect to wake up in the morning, or I'm going to be up really early in the morning, but I'm expecting to have WhatsApp on my phone that Tudor's been sacked. If he is sacked, or when he's sacked, I'm not so if, when, who do you think they should bring in? Should they bring in they can't bring in Harry Redknapp because he's going off to South Africa to do I'm a Celebrity. So he's out of the question. Are you looking at a Tim Sherwood, a Glenn Hoddle, a Robbie Keane? I would take Robbie Keane tomorrow. I would take Tim Sherwood and Robbie Keane tomorrow. Do you think Robbie Keane will leave his job now to come back to Tottenham Hotspur? And would you bring Tim Sherwood, a dream team, Robbie Keane, Tim Sherwood, Glenn Hoddle, and Teddy Sheringham? I think them 4 people. And you've got the experience of Glenn Hoddle as a manager, because he did manage the club. You've got Robbie Keane, who's inexperienced as a manager. You've got Teddy Sheringham that can help, that will rattle a few cages. Tim Sherwood will really rattle a few cages.
He's done it before. He will go in there.
Yeah, but you also got Glenn Hoddle, who put his arm around a few players and tried to build them up. It's very similar to the Newcastle. Do you remember when Newcastle went down? This seems very similar to that sort of decision, isn't it?
When Alan Shearer was Alan Shearer was managing, even though it went down, yeah. But great, I know with a lot of managers, like great managers are not necessarily become great managers. And Alan Shearer, that's what happened to him, even though it was only an interim. I feel if you had those 4, it would lift the club, because especially with the players, if the players know about the fact that all 4 of them played for you and did a job for you, and I'll tell you what, if they know about Glenn Hoddle as a player, because I thought he was a wonderful player.
He was my hero.
Don't get me wrong; they all were. But if I had to pick one out of the 4, it'd be Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah. Would you bring him in with Tim Sherwood as a coach?
Yeah. Yes, I would. If I was a Spurs fan, I would. And I think that alone, I think would give the players a lift and get you out of trouble.
I know.
You want to play for legends.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Tudor says, I feel I'm the right man for Spurs' job, of course, but there's so many problems. It's not easy to explain. These things must be reserved internally. Um, sorry. Sorry, that's somebody trying to ring me. I'm going to say live. Yeah. I look, for me, I'm still sticking with Tim Sherwood. I am, and I think look, me and Tequila have talked a lot about this, about bringing Robbie Keane in and him working under or within the group with Pochettino. Do you know what? There's another thing out there. I think there's rumors they're talking to the ex-Brighton manager.
Okay.
Would you bring in a permanent manager now? I know everyone
Ex-Brighton managers in Potter.
Yeah, no, not Graham Potter, De Zerbi.
Oh,
Would you bring in De Zerbi? Would you bring in a permanent manager now? Would you say to Poch, look, we're going to give you the job, but you've got to come now. You've got to forget about the World Cup, come back to Tottenham now. Now, he can't get out of that. But do you think he might say, well, do you think Tottenham might go, right, we're not going to wait for you. Things are that badly. We're going to have to bring in De Zerbi, a permanent manager, get it done. Or do they go down another interim route, hopefully to get a Michael Carrick bounce and wait for Poch in the summer? What would you do?
Probably De Zerbi. I mean, Poch, De Zerbi for me would probably be the one. It's funny because I have a Spurs mate at work, and he said he only said two managers to me. He said Poch, he'd take Poch back, or if he couldn't get Poch, he would take De Zerbi. You know,
I don't know if people would take De Zerbi. I'm asking the chat, would you take De Zerbi now as the new permanent manager of Tottenham Hotspur? Or would you want to still wait for Poch? Let me know in the chat. If you are just joining us, big up, welcome to THFC's wake of the death of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Brenny, I'm laughing. Brenny's sitting there being all serious. Like,
I'll tell you what. You want to see? Have you seen what's going on X? Yeah, have you seen what's going on X? They're basically saying now that Ian Huntley's passed away, Igor Tudor is officially the worst caretaker in the world.
You can't say things like that on here. I'm sorry, Brenny.
Sorry, mate. That's just crazy. But you know what I mean, though. It's just
I get
that's what's going on.
I get what you mean. I'm sorry if that's offended anyone. Do apologise if that's offended anyone.
I mean, I don't think that's funny. Me personally.
No, I don't.
But
I don't. But if it's offended anyone,
yeah. No, I'm sorry because I didn't mean to offend anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to offend anyone, but it's just that's not banter.
I would have Sherwood until the end of the season. Banter. Yeah, we'll stay up with Xavi Hernandez. If we go down, God knows which manager will attract exactly. Certainly seems like Romero was telling Tudor to remove Kinksky. Yeah, true. That is so true. Could not get Poch in and the permanent now. They can do with the World Cup as well. No Dermo and no Dermo. Then right now, who do you want then? So are you quite happy with Tudor taking this down to the Championship then? Let us know. Because I'm not. You
won't want him in the Championship.
I would go for Tim Sherwood out of all of them. Exactly. We need someone who's got Tottenham in his heart. Exactly, Adam. Spot on, bud. Spot on. Right. Let's go quickly again on what we broke just a few minutes ago. Right. So I won't read it all. I'll just go to the current expectation. Now, we all know pressure is building on Igor Tudor at Tottenham Hotspur after a damaging defeat, 4-0 down within open 25 minutes. There's believed to be roughly 67% chance Tudor could be dismissed within the next 24 hours, with ENIC assessing the situation tonight and determined whether an immediate change is needed. If Spurs decide that, it's most likely time there will be an overnight decision, followed by a club statement in the morning. Nothing official yet, but this situation is quickly developing behind the scenes. More to come. One thing I want to ask you, Brenny, is where do we Where do Tottenham Hotspur go from here? Especially with another sacking.
Mm.
What could happen? I mean, is that going to give a players a bounce? I mean, should they have sacked Thomas Frank at all?
I, you know what? I'm not one for just sacking managers quickly. I mean, I wouldn't have sacked him personally. Uh,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Who knows? You see, with Frank, it was just. I think he would have got you some results. I think he probably would have got you a couple of draws. But
mm.
I wouldn't have sacked him. I know I do get it why a lot of fans wanted him gone, but no, I personally wouldn't have sacked him, mate. And also, I think with Frank, if you had ended up in trial, I think he would have been the man to take you up. So you get relegated
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was still your manager. I
Mm.
think he would. Me personally, I think he would be the man to take it back up. He knows he's been in the championship before. He knows what's it about, what it's about. But I feel now, if you sack Tudor tomorrow morning and you get an interim and you go down, you're gonna need yeah, like someone said in the chat, you're gonna need someone that's got Tottenham in his heart, someone
Yeah,
who is affiliated with who has an affiliation with the club as a player, a former
yeah.
player, or even or like you say, those that's manager for Glenn Hoddle, for example. But what I think with Tottenham would be a case of you would have a lot of players would go, wage bill and all, and also I find that you'd have quite a few youngsters that probably come through your academy as well.
That's the problem, Brenny, that we've bought so badly over the last 5 years over at Tottenham. We've wasted a lot of money. And
Mm.
tonight's game, it's easy to come on tonight, right, on this after the whistle and just rant and rave and shout and scream and this is not good, that's not good. It's not going to help the situation. The situation is we're in I was talking to Colin on WhatsApp and
Mm.
I said to him, the club is dead. And he said to me, well, it's another nail in the coffin. It is. You look at where we were and you were 7 years ago. Arteta
Mm.
under pressure. Want the fans want them
Yeah.
sacked. Rhino, look, I like you, man, but I'm gonna. We didn't give Frank a fair chance. Frank needed to go. He should have gone after the Arsenal game, bud. He really should have gone after that 4-1 drubbing, but we didn't. We
Oh, the one
kept
at
him
home.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept him in
Mm.
until after the window. The rot set in. We should have got rid
Mm.
of him then. I'm sorry. This is not just Thomas Frank, or this is not Ange Postecoglou, or this is not a
Mm.
Nuno problem. This is not a Conte problem. This is not a Mourinho problem. This is a problem that started the night we sacked Pochettino. That's when the rot set in. And it started before that because the owners have not been the owners. The rot at our football club is fully ENIC. And the sooner ENIC had succeeded what they set out to achieve, to turn Tottenham Hotspur Football Club into Tottenham Hotspur Entertainment Centre. They've built a stadium that is that can be used for boxing, concerts, Formula One, go-karting, whatever. Tiddlywinks, water polo, I don't know, polo, um, table tennis. They'll probably use it for volleyball in the Olympics. They use it for NFL. A main purpose for a stadium is football. That is what
Yeah.
Tottenham, Bill Nicholson built the
Mm.
club, built the foundations when he took over the job in the 50s after
Mm.
Arthur Rowe. And there wasn't Arthur Rowe. In the 1950s, he built a footballing dynasty that went on with Bill Nick. It went on through Keith Birkinshaw. It went on through Terry Venables. We won a trophy under Rodney Ramos. We won a trophy under George Graham. We won a trophy under Ange. Between 1950 between 1949-50, at the start of the 50s decade, from 1950 to, let me get this right, to 2008, Tottenham Hotspur won more than one trophy in every decade.
Mm.
We won 2 trophies in the 50s, back to back, 2 league titles, second division, first division. 60, 61, we won the double. 62, we won an FA Cup. 63, we won the Cup Winners' Cup. 67, we won an FA Cup. The 70s came along. 70, 71 League Cup. 72 UEFA Cup. 73 League Cup. 70, 74, we run us up in the UEFA Cup. Then we went down the downward spiral. Bill Neal left. Terry Neal came in. Keith Burkishaw came in. Took us down in his first season. Brought us back up by the skin of our teeth the following season. That summer, brought Ricky Villa, Ozzy Ardiles into the club. We brought Glenn Hoddle through the club. We had Stevie Perriman. We added to it. We added to that 80s side with Garth Crooks and Steve Archibald, Tony Galvin. We had Graham Roberts. We had Paul Miller. We had Ray Clements in goal. You know, we had players. We were winning 2 FA Cups, 80, 81, 81, 82. UEFA Cup in 84. That team broke up. 86, 87 should have won a trophy. Lost to you lot in the semi-final in the League Cup. Lost the FA Cup to Coventry. Finished 3rd in the league.
49 goal season, Clive Allen.
Yeah. Playing that 4-5-1 under David Pleat. Do you know, Clive Allen, 49 goals. Terry Venables comes in, sort of rebuilds the club, win the FA Cup in 1991. 8 times joint winners with Aston Villa. We were the most winners of the FA Cup, beating Villa by 1. Won the League Cup in 1999, then won the League Cup again in 2008. Every year we won a trophy in every decade. The spirit of White Hart Lane, the Shelf, the East Stand, the West Stand, the North Stands, the Paxton Road End. The fans singing, East Stand singing to each other. That was the thing at White Hart Lane. The East Stand used to sing to the West Stand. The South Stand used to sing to the... Do you know what I mean? Do you remember? You went to away days at White Hart Lane. We used to sing to each other. Derbies meant everything. Tottenham meant everything. This badge meant everything. Alan Sugar may, in a lot of people's eyes, may be the worst owner ever, but he saved our football club. If people think this is bad, this is worse, right? I remember, and you remember as well, Brenny, as I was a young kid at the time, Tottenham were going to the wall. You know, news at 10, Tottenham, breaking news, Tottenham still looking for new owners. Robert Maxwell wanted to buy us. Thank Christ he didn't. Alan Sugar came in with Terry Venables. And whatever you think of Terry Venables' business deals, I couldn't give a flying monkeys about his business dealing. Him and Sugar saved our football club. And you can say what you want about Alan Sugar. He put his money where his mouth is. He bought players like Jurgen Klinsmann. You know, Popescu, Dimidescu. You know, we've had players that have wore our lily white shirt. Glenn Hoddle, Steve Perriman, Crooks, Hoddle, Gaza, Lineker, Ginola, Robbie Keane, Jane Defoe, Berbatov, Teddy Sheringham, Paul Allen. You know, Nicky Barmby that came to the youth, Harry Kane, Sonny, Dele Alli, the Potts years, which we should have won something, but we didn't. And where are we now? We're now facing a relegation into the Championship we haven't seen for 49 years. Next year will be the 50th anniversary. Are we going to celebrate that anniversary in the Championship? Because this ownership will not do what it's meant to do, which is to stick by a manager, build a team, be successful. Once that team gets to the near, you rebuild it. Look at Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. How many teams did he rebuild over the years? Every year, you look at
about 4, isn't it?
We were young, Brenny, of the 80s, 70s and 80s, right? Every year, 2 players out, 2 players in. Successful, keep it successful. And the owners are the biggest culprits of killing Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. tonight the club that I support for 44 years has gone. And it won't come back until these owners go. And they
gone.
have to go.
100%.
And if we get relegated, it's down on them. Yes, it's down on the players. Yes, you can blame managers. Yes, you can blame the recruitment. But the full blame is on Daniel Levy, Joe Lewis, and the Lewis family. They all have to go. And they can't just sit there panicking, thinking, oh, well, Thomas Frank didn't doing a good job. Let's get this tutoring. They don't know what they're doing. Just get out of my football club. End of. I'm sorry for the rant, Brenny.
No, it's all right. It's okay. I mean, who would you want like with the board? Would you want someone who's a passionate Tottenham fan to come in and put his money in?
I know Adele's a massive Tottenham fan.
Okay.
Can Adele buy it? I don't know, Brenny. I to be honest with you, I just want anyone by the owners we've got. But tonight the players have to seriously look at themselves. They have to look at themselves in the mirror. And I know other fact. Tonight we were being bantered by Plymouth Argyle fans on their watch along.
Oh my God.
Somebody put it in my chat. Somebody from Plymouth Argyle were bantering us. Well, look, guys, I'm going to leave it there because Dermotron needs his dinner.
Yeah, don't blame you, man. Don't blame you. Yeah.
Brenny, where can people find you, bud?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I thought I wanted to come on and see how you're doing, my friend. And yeah, I mean, listen, I know it's all banter, but you know what? Banter aside, man, it's not looking good for yourselves. But yeah, you move on to Anfield and see what happens there. But no, thanks for having me on. But you can find me on Brenny K74. Find my channel, like, share, and subscribe, please, to this wonderful channel, this wonderful guy. Everyone here as well. Big up to yourselves. And like I said, you can find me on my channel. I'm gonna be doing a few things. So we must do a Champions League show or something. We'll have to get something arranged.
I'm sure
on not just your channel, but on mine as well. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm sure
who knows? Wait, we got Leverkusen tomorrow. We'll probably stink our way to a 1-0 win. That's what we do. We're so boring at the moment.
Lovely.
And then, yeah, people banter me about being a George Graham
That's
fan.
all I wanted to hear. Cheers, Brenny.
You know what I mean? They're just
big up to 1K.
Yeah.
He says, I'm now certain it's going to be. Yeah, big up. He said, now I'm certain it's going to be Robbie Keane and with Hoddle as an advisor. You know what? I'll say yes to that. My brain is dead. Nice show, Dermo. Take care. Big up to your Simply 26 as well. Guys, we're going to leave it there. I'll be back on in the morning. Of course, any breaking news. Do get over to Brenny as well. Support him, bud. But whatever you do.
Big up to yourselves.
Yeah, we're going to leave it there. But come on. Back on in the morning. We're breaking news. Player ratings tomorrow at 4. One's all round. But yeah. But I'll see you in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. Come on, you Spurs.